We're already halfway through with the day. I just made a trip to the dump. We're almost done with the dumping. We got maybe 1 or 2 more trips. Oh, I forgot about all that wood over there, all the sticks over there. Damn it. I'm never gonna be done with the dumping. That dump trailer's worth every penny. Hippie's working his ass off over there, filling the trailer. I need to change the brakes on this Lamborghini. I've been needing to change them for a while, and I was gonna do it myself. But I've got a friend, Victor, works over at the BMW only, the Werkstatt. He works on my Rolls Royces and stuff, but he also can do these. And I met with him yesterday, and he said, you know what, just bring it by. We'll do the brakes for you. And so I'm going to take it up there. It's right next door to the fish and chips. I'll go have a fish and chips or something and kill some time. And we'll fix the brakes on the Lamborghini. Let's go do it. Dropping the car off at these guys. These guys are great. Highly recommend the BMW and Rolls Royce only Werkstatt here on the corner of Green Valley and Ramrod, right next to my favorite fish and chips, the Codfather. I'm gonna go there and have a nice chippy, have a nice tea. You know what? They do have hot tea. I might have a tea actually. And I'm not even really hungry. I'm just gonna order it. But the guy that had to pull the car around, he's sitting there for a long time, and I thought, you know, I bet he doesn't know how to put it in gear. And I went over to him, and I go, are you trying to figure out how to put it in gear? He's like, yeah. And I had to explain to him, because the Lamborghini is really weird. Like, you pull one paddle to go in drive, you pull both paddles to go in reverse, you got another paddle you pull to go into reverse, you got to, or you pull both paddles for neutral, you pull another paddle for reverse, you press a button for park. It's weird, right? And the Phantom has some weird stuff to it too. That's why I don't like to valet the car. I'm like, I don't want to have to go through this whole rigmarole and explain how this all works. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a nice hot tea and a chips. Sitting here watching this Alanis Morissette video, and I realized she's driving a Mark IV Lincoln in the video, and I was like, oh wow, it's a Mark IV. That's cool. Sitting here having some fish and chips, nice hot tea. It's the best. Just kind of chill. Watch 80s, 90s videos. Let's check this car out. Looked like literally runs out of gas. Oh, they didn't show it. I was just looking at that video and I was like, that's a Mark IV. Of course, at that time, it was just an old crappy car. And by the way, this is the kiddie plate. I specifically asked him to give me a tiny, tiny portion because I wasn't going to eat it. So I said, make me a really, really small one because the ones they give you are the size of your head. They give giant portions here. So I just wanted to point that out, that I specifically asked for the smallest one he could give me. There's nothing better than hand-cut fries. I was gonna just order fries, honestly. Chips. I am miserable. I ate that whole thing. I couldn't stop eating it. And then I had 2 pots of tea. I feel like I'm pregnant. I'm so full. I shouldn't have ate that. I should have stopped. I couldn't. I had no self-control. Oh. So while I'm sitting there, my doorbell goes off. I answer it. And I see this. Hippie was out taking care of the front area. He set the weed killer down for 5 minutes, went and came back, and it was gone. Somebody stole my bottle of weed killer. We looked everywhere for it. We realized somebody stole it. What did you call those? Akabonos? Yeah, Akabono made in Japan. Akabono, the Japanese brakes. And then you were saying these pads are from something, Nuremberg, right? What was that?
Paget.
Man.
Some people pronounce them Paget or Paget.
Paget. Well, this one's a little. Well, they're pretty thin. Yeah, there was time to change them. I was getting really worried that I was gonna bust through them. You don't want to do that. I think these are 5,000 a piece.
Oh yeah.
Something. It's like 20 grand to do all 4 brakes or more.
Usually there's an indication.
Well, yeah, the sensor will go off, but usually by the time the sensor goes off, it's already digging into your rotor. But that's I mean, that's a big rotor. And just to be clear, these guys don't do Lamborghini here. They only do BMW and Rolls-Royce. But the owner's a friend of mine. He's doing a favor. I did a favor for him. So just pointing that out. Don't call up here and bring your Lamborghini. They don't do it here. But they will do your Rolls-Royce or your BMW. Well, short video today. I didn't spend as much time. I need to, record more. I don't know if you guys really want to see some of the mundane things I do. Like I went to the dump again. Did some cleaning up. Did some running around, and it's like a lot of the daily YouTuber guys like Adam or that I could name, that they would, for the most part, go on an adventure of some sort. And sometimes I try to do that just for the purpose of filming and also just it's fun. But other times I just have stuff to do around here, Gotta pack and ship things. Actually, I'll tell you what I did. I went through my closet, pulled out shoes, pants, shirts, jackets, things that I'm gonna put on eBay. And what I was thinking about doing was sort of a, almost like a fashion show or something. Put it on the live channel on the Bob's Prop Shop live webcam like I did before. And show all the stuff that I'm gonna list. And the thing is, I know a lot of you would like to buy some of these things from me, and that's great. But unfortunately, you have to be wearing a size 13 shoe, and you have to be wearing the size pants, like a 36 pants. And then most of these shirts and things I bought them way too big. They're 2X, they're 3X, they're way too big for me. I'm wearing a size large shirt now and 32 pants, believe it or not. And so I was looking at a lot of this clothes that's consuming my closet, and I thought, man, this is stuff I haven't worn in years, and unless I plan on gaining 100 pounds, I'm probably not, I might as well sell this stuff, and it doesn't matter what I get for it. I've taken on this new attitude of selling things that's like, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that hoard things, and you're like, I was gonna sell that, and I wanna get the right amount of money for it. But somebody said something to me once, or I heard them say it, that really made an impact, and they said, the money was lost when you bought it. Right? You're not going to get it back. Not everything's recoverable. And especially when it comes to clothes and shoes and things like that, when you make those investments into things, they're not investments, they're losses. You've lost the money when you buy it. It's gone. And if you get anything back, you should be grateful for that. Shipping is very expensive. I've been shipping a lot of things like a medium-sized priority box is like $18, right? And so, and there's other, I try to find ways to ship things as affordably as possible, but man, it's expensive. Packing materials is expensive. You go buy a box if you need a box, $4 or $5 or $10 for a box, so I try to recycle boxes and things like that. So if you buy anything on eBay, just make sure to put in the note to seller, that you're a VB fan, and I'll send you some goodies, autographs and things like that. I don't like to give out financial advice, but because I don't really have any stocks necessarily. I have some crypto here and there, and I've been seeing this. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I don't know. I kept seeing this thing on TikTok, and you never know if something's bullshit, right? And I kept seeing people talking about this thing called war Western Asset Reserve. And there's several of them, by the way. I went and looked on Coinbase, and there was like 2 or 3 different versions of it. But there's one that has a whole lot of, users, and a couple other ones that don't have any cap to them. And so I wasn't sure which one to get. And so they were talking about how this was going to be the new big thing, the new big money, and that this was going to make people rich. And it was like such a tiny fractional thing, right? It was like, so I bought $100 worth, which gave me like a gazillion of them. I should look it up. And anyway, so I bought $100 worth. And in a short amount of time, it's gone up like 5 times. It's now worth over $500 or something. Let me look at it right now, actually. And I'll tell you more about it. And I'm thinking to myself, if I had bought, it's up to 600 now. So it's gone up 6 times. So I have like, I don't even know how many I have. I don't even know what this number is. 127,450.5887191. So it's called Western Asset Reserve, DEX. And it's still not even a penny. But I bought it for so cheap that, it's gone up in the last week from, I don't know. And so even right now, I was like, because last night I was thinking to myself, maybe I should buy like $1,000 worth of this, And, but I know that they're all pump and dumps. Everybody's going to go pump and dump scam, pump and dump scam. And that's all great. But like if I took out my $600 right now, I'd made $500. And I was like, man, if I'd have bought $1,000, I'd have $6,000 right now. And I was like, if I'd have bought $10,000, I'd have, $60,000 right now. Like if I'd have bought $100,000, I'd have, $500,000 right now. And you think about those things, you're like, if somebody said to me, if you give me $100,000, next week I'm going to give you $500,000, like, and it's guaranteed. Like, of course I would do it, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen with this stuff. And it's like right now, like if it all went to zero, I lost $100, And then I thought maybe I should just withdraw my $100. Then I'm back to even. But I'm like, no, let's let it ride. Because since yesterday, it's gone up another $100. It's at $623 right now. And the Bitcoin is up as well. Bitcoin, it's not up. I'm still down 10 grand in my Bitcoin. I bought it at like 85. But I know it's going to bounce back. All this stuff bounces back. But at the same time, I've got Dogecoin that I bought like 5 years ago, Ethereum, XRP, and I didn't buy a lot. The Bitcoin is the only one that I spent a lot of money on. I think I have $2,000 worth of Ethereum and whatnot. So I don't know. Like I said, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. All I know is I bought $100 worth of this last week or whatever, and now it's $600. And of course, that's not a lot of money. But the whole point there is that it's at 0.0049. So it hasn't even reached a penny. So like, if I took the amount of this crypto that I have, I like to play calculator games, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, times $1, that's $127,000. So like if it just goes to $1, that's a significant amount. That's my building I want to build. But then you go, what if it went to like $10? Well, now I'm a millionaire. And that was their point. They're like, look, man, you buy a little bit of this and it goes to, $10 or $100, you'd be freaking rich, And I'm sitting here going, should I throw another $1,000 at it? You're like, I don't know. And like, when do you pull out? When does it peak and then you pull, And it's like, because think about, when you look at the history of Bitcoin, I remember back when it was nothing, and when it hit $100 and
$10,000. People are losing their minds. And then hit like $124,000. People, and then it drops again. And then, you just never know. So I'm sure the comments will be on fire. People talking about it. But anyway, that's just my experience of what's going on. And you do with that what you want. But some of these things that are fractional of a penny and you throw $10 at it or whatever, it's like, you just sit on it. And maybe a lot of them are 100% scams, pump and dump scams. But like, let's say, what if it goes to $1? What if it hit $10 and I pull my million out? You just never know. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got to get to work on that time machine out in the garage. We're doing a lot of stuff around the house. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.